Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and I want to wish a Merry Christmas to you and your families. Folks, before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So, CNN legal analyst Elie Honig, he's been one that's known to call balls and strikes. He's been one that's known to be pretty fair on that network. And he had some advice for Jack Smith. He said that Jack Smith was violating Department of Justice protocols, long-established protocols, unwritten rules, if you will, about his prosecution of Donald Trump. You see, he says that Jack Smith is motivated and driven by the date of the next presidential election, and that is why he is working so hard to get this trial in before the next election, a trial that sometimes could take years. He's trying to get done in months. And in the process, could be denying former President Donald Trump of his fundamental rights. Now, I'm going to show you this clip from Elie Honig, which had to shock some of CNN's more liberal viewers, but it is unmitigated fact that he's talking here. And he demands that Jack Smith admit what he's doing. Before I show you the clip, I want to again ask you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to wish you and your families a Merry Christmas. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody. Now let's watch Elie Honig.
Elie, what would it sound like? How would Jack Smith explain it if he were to follow the advice that you just offered?
Yeah, it's a tough position because in the prosecutorial platonic ideal, Jack Smith would not be thinking about the election date at all, because to consider the election date violates longstanding DOJ policy and practice, written and unwritten. But given the obvious reality, which any common sense person can see, that he is thinking about the election date, my advice would be, and he can take this or leave this, admit it. Let's just drop the subterfuge and the artifice. Let's just say what everybody knows you're doing. And I think the most palatable way to phrase that, the least political way, is to say if Donald Trump gets elected under longstanding DOJ policy, he can't be tried. And that means we would have this trial put on hold for 4 years until January of 2029, at which point we would lose witnesses, we would lose evidence. I mean, a 4-year delay, it makes it really unpalatable to try a case in 2029. So I think if given the position Jack Smith has put himself in, he should just acknowledge it, and he should phrase it in terms of legitimate DOJ prerogatives.
Okay, my belief is he is guided by a fear that then next week in Des Moines or in New Hampshire a week thereafter, it's going to be Trump standing up and saying, I told you so. He's admitted it. All of these prosecutions are political. And because they don't want Trump to have the ability to say that, instead they say nothing. They, the DOJ.
That's exactly what would almost certainly happen. But here's the thing. If Jack Smith is sitting in his prosecutor's office as special counsel and thinking, boy, I don't want one of the candidates to have a talking point on the trail. I don't want someone to be able to say this thing that I don't like. That's inherently political. And that, I think, is a perfect example of why Jack Smith has played himself into a box by the fact that he's obviously thinking about the election, but he still will not say that dreaded E word.